School to prison pipeline. You may not know about this, and that's okay. I was talking about it in my last class of this semester, and a lot of people in my cohort didn't know about it. And they're about to be graduating in the spring. So, of course, I showed them some of my presentation and taught them about it. So here I am to talk to you about it because I believe everybody should know this, especially when they're going into education, because this needs to be fixed. The statistics that I'm going to show you are going to blow your mind because all of the facts are here that this is happening and it's still happening. Like, it blows my mind. So I hope after this, you're gonna be just as angry and wanna implement just as much change. So like I said at the beginning of my presentation, buckle up because this is gonna be a long video and there's gonna be a lot of facts starting now. All right, the school to prison pipeline. What is it? It is policies that encourage police presence at schools, which are harsh tactics and including physical restraints and automatic punishments that result in suspensions and out-of-class time. But the problem is more complex than that. The school to prison pipeline starts in the classroom. And then when combined with the zero tolerance policies, or as a teacher decides to refer students for punishment, they can mean that they're pushed out of the classroom and more likely to be introduced to the criminal justice system. Students are from two groups: racial minorities and children with disabilities, are disproportionately represented in the school to prison pipeline. African American students, for instance, are 3.5 times more likely than their white classmates to be suspended or expelled, according to a nationwide study by the U.S. Department of Education Office for Civil Rights. For students with disabilities, the numbers are equally troubling. One report found that 8.6% of public school children have been identified as having disabilities that affect their ability to learn. These students make up 32% of the youth in juvenile detention centers. So I want you to stop for a minute and think about what you have learned about students with disabilities and what you know about them, whether you've worked with them or just read about it. And then let's reread this fact. 30% of the youth in juvenile detention centers are those with special needs. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, the number of school resource officers rose 38% between 1997 and 2007. This surge in the police on campus has helped to criminalize many students and fill this pipeline. One 2005 study found that children are far more likely to be arrested at school than they were a generation ago. The vast majority of these arrests are for non-violent offenses. In most cases, the students are simply being disruptive. In a recent U.S. Department of Education study, that more than 70% of students arrested in school-related instances or referred to law enforcement are Black or Hispanic. Zero tolerance policies, which set one-size-fits-all punishments for a variety of behavior, has fed these trends.